The Revenue and Disaster Management Department and the Meghalaya State Disaster Management Authority, in collaboration with the National Disaster Management Authority under the Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India, conducted a large-scale state-level mock exercise on Thursday to evaluate disaster response preparedness. In Shillong, the exercise stimulated the aftermath of an 8.3 magnitude earthquake, comprising incidents such as landslides, fires, and building collapses. Following the conclusion of the mock drill, a press briefing was held at the State Convention Centre in Shillong, where officials provided insights into the exercise's outcomes and discussed areas for improvement in disaster management strategies. East Khasi Hills Deputy Commissioner R.M. Kurba highlighted the importance of such exercises to identify gaps in the response mechanism and improve readiness in the event of a real disaster.
We are very happy today that the whole process went off very well. We had because I think so the preparation, I told you it was 5 days preparation. So my message across to everyone is that should anything happen like this, I would like to place a question. Before you ask me a question, I'll place a question to all of you too. Are we prepared? Whether the community is prepared. So the learning thing is that we should all conduct this kind of exercise at a village level, in offices, or schools, most importantly schools, because there we have the helpless children, things like that. So this is what we feel like we should concentrate and create more awareness. Basically, there are two things for this. One is a personal aspect to it. So what we say is that every family should have this kind of disaster management plan, micro level, at their own unit, so that they know, with their children, should anything happen, they should be taught what is the first step. The first step in a disaster situation, what would be the first step? I may ask you. You have to protect yourself first, right? So you have to immediately take shelter under duck cover and hold. Okay, that is the first step everyone should know. Duck cover and hold. They should go under a table and then stay there as long as a tremor persists, right? Then thereafter, they gather their family or things like that. Okay, but that's why we need training, because these things you don't learn them just like that. You have to be taught. You have to be told. So basically, look at the micro level. That is the family unit. They have to be told. And should children, they'll go to school and colleges or work, then the family should have some kind of information that decision that should anything happen to anyone member in the family, where do we meet? Suppose the entire locality has been covered under debris. As a family, where would we meet? A meeting point. This should be taught to a family. Every family should have a meeting place, and they only will know. As a family, that's the first step for family, and that would be if everything is in shambles. But then we say that they should be trained to keep themselves safe. They should know they should not come out, and you should watch wherever you're going. If there are buildings collapsing, you should not go towards those places. Another important thing is that we should always have supplies in our home, right? Medicine, then food, right? Food that will last us for 78 hours. When the district administration is yet to gear up, when everything is in shambles, we're yet to gear up ourselves.
East Khasi Hills Superintendent of Police Vivek Aim acknowledged the temporary inconvenience caused by road closures during the exercise, but stressed the need for realistic stimulations to ensure the effectiveness of emergency protocols.
The purpose is to make our level of preparedness better every time we have an exercise. There are certain things we cannot avoid because it is a drill, and we need to close roads. We have to simulate as close as possible. Be a broken bridge. One of the cases was a broken bridge. That means traffic cannot go. So it is part of the exercise whereby traffic has to maneuver vehicles from one place to the other. We have only given prior information about the different routes where they can get from point A to point B and all that, and which places to avoid, what time is the mock drill. So people actually can get around the city, but just certain places, because around Polo Bazaar and all that, were closed for some time. So,
no entry was not the problem. Problem was that the lower primary school were not closed, they were open. These small kids, 3 years, 4 years, what they understand about mock drill?
No, it's not for, not for them, to understand. But even if children are going to school also, I mean, if the drill, we allow the cars to go, or vehicles to go, pedestrians to walk also, as far as possible we can, So if there's a certain instance on that where people have walked because of the mock drill, then we are very sorry about that, but we try as much as possible to minimize the inconvenience.
Incident Commander Shan Wajri from the District Disaster Management Authority emphasized the importance of self-reliance for families during the immediate aftermath of a disaster. He urged citizens to stay prepared and follow safety guidelines to minimize risks. He also spoke on the need to push for disaster management education in Meghalaya.
In East Khasi Hills district, as far as the number of personnel is concerned, apart from the District Disaster Management Authority, which comprises about roughly about 30 to 40 people, which is comprising of the various teams, like we have responsible officer, logistics chief, chief operations chief, planning chief, various utility units, staging area manager and all, and between below them there are functional staffs who to assist them. So we have about 30 to 50. Now, in addition to the core team, we also have the SDRF, we have the fire emergency service, we have NDRF who had chipped in. We also have the support of central armed paramilitary forces like CRPF, BSF, and then we also had the Air Force coming in. So, and then we have volunteers like Indian Red Cross, the NYK, NSS, Tornado Security, in fact, had taken part with us, and of course the community. So overall, I think in just today's exercise, I think not less than 2,000 to 3,000 people must have taken part in the exercise. Yes, in fact, in some universities, which I know, some private universities and all, and they do have courses, specialized courses at the postgraduate level where people can specialize in disaster management. Because I remember USTM had actually detailed an intern to associate, to attach with us as internship for disaster management. So we would encourage actually the state government, to plan and think about involving, disaster management as a part of the curriculum. And I think your suggestion is also very valid, and we will also put that in our suggestion to the state government in our report. Yes.